Let me share the screen. Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Architect Manisha Kirti. I work as a counselor at IGBC Indian Green Building Council. And we are a set of group of people who are conducting this. It's already in screen. Precaution. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. Good morning, everyone. This is Manisha Kirti. I'm an architect and a landscape architect from IGBC. I work as a counselor here, heading up this IGBC Green New School Program 2026. So we cordially invite everyone, all the schools, the administration, and the students to be a part of this program. In its 20th edition, that is the 20th year that we are conducting this program, which is supported by Carrier and also the supporting association United Way of Delhi. And this is the webinar two that the webinar series part two that we are conducting right now. And let us get into the webinar. Yeah, so before I start on today's topic, I would like to introduce you what my organization does and why exactly, how come we are working on this Green Your School program and all. So IGBC Indian Green Building Council, it is a founding member of World Green Building Council since 2004, and it is the India's only council that certifies the green buildings, that certifies the buildings to go green and sustainable. So in the process of that, we have developed around 32 rating systems of various typologies and categories, ranging from net zero, commercial, residential, transit, built environment, education, industrial, and health and well-being, where we wanted the major aim is we wanted the places where we stay, live, learn, work, play, transit, and worship all should go green and sustainable. So building on to that, in 2001, it started with one building right now where I'm sitting with 20,000 square feet, and which where the green movement, the green building movement had started in India back in 2001 with this one building. And IGBC has now certified around 16 plus billion square feet, and it has about 20,000 plus green building projects which were certified and registered with us. And coming to the Green School program, if you just see, to ignite the young minds and to ignite the green stewardship and sustainable accountability, we have started even penetrating into the schools and in various institutions, and started this collaborations with various schools in the form of various activities that we conduct, like green quizzes, green origami workshops, and painting competitions. IGBC Green New School program itself, various debates, and many other programs have been conducted to the school kids along these all 20 to 25 years. And since last 20 years, we are working on this IGBC Green School program, and it's a proud moment for all of us because running a program for 20 years and that too related to sustainability is something which showcases the kind of responsibility that we had towards the younger generation and also to the schools and towards the community. So building on to this, the activities that happen at CII's Indian Green Building Council under for schools majorly is various awareness programs, education and training programs that we have developed all over these years, and also by building on to that, the implementation of green mesh features through the IGPC Green School rating system. And also we have certified through this rating system, we have certified around 130 plus schools all over India till now. So now coming to the IGBC Green Your School program with 2026, this is the 20th edition that, as I mentioned, which is happening along in association with Carrier and United Way of Delhi. And today, the webinar is majorly focusing on beyond waste management. The idea of taking this particular topic for today is because that too as a second webinar topic is because our this year's theme for this program is majorly running on three W's, that is the waste, water, and also well-being. So in the first webinar, we had covered on the water management, water conservational practices, and this webinar we are going to consider the conduct on majorly on the waste management practices. So today, towards the rating system, the webinar topic is majorly on the waste management, which is to basically to work towards the regenerative campuses. So it is a journey into how schools can move beyond waste management by embracing regenerative practices, restoring natural ecosystems, reducing resource consumption, and also creating resilient and self-sustaining campuses for a healthier and a more sustainable future. So first of all, what is waste management? That question might have arrived in almost all of your minds. So waste management is a systematic process of preventing, segregating, collecting, and transporting and treating and recovering and a safe disposable disposing of waste at a right time and with the right process. So what are the benefits of this kind of management when adapted in schools? If you just see, definitely there are many environmental benefits. One is, first of all, it reduces the pressure on the landfills, which collects a lot of landfill waste, and it also lowers the emissions. A lot of carbon emissions do come, and by other than that, the harmful emissions or the methane gas that leap up into these landfills and all can be reduced when the pressure on the landfills is reduced. And also a clean recycling, it gives to a new business or a new implementation of a clean recycling, where paper, plastics, metals, or which can be even recycled, and it also prevents pollution because resource management and resource conservation is very much in today's world, very much important in today's world. It stops the dangerous chemicals and metals from leaking into the local soil and water resources. So current scenario, if you just see what is the waste that is getting generated in India, if you just see India's rapid growth is definitely increasing the waste generation, and sustainable waste management is the need of the hour. It is not just a fancy word like waste management is required, but it is a need that has to be adapted in at every building typology possible, and majorly at the schools. Because today, if you just see the total waste generated annually, as per 2026 census, is about 82 million tons, which is an estimated quantity of waste that is getting generated. And India's waste generation had increased significantly over the past decades. And also, if we break down this 82 million of waste, about 9.46 million tons are goes into the plastic waste, and medical waste up to 0.7574 million tons, hazardous waste up to 9.2 million tons, and e-waste is nearly 1.75 million tons. And this is not just the numbers, but the kind of responsibility that every person should have, every individual should have, how this has to be safely landed into recycling, either recycling or reusing or composting, or, safe disposal of this hazardous waste into in the right manner. So today we are at 82 million tons, but maybe by 2030, it is estimated that India might even generate 1.65 million tons, which is more than double to that of what is being generated today. So per capita water generation in Indian cities, if you just see, per capita waste generation in Indian cities, if you just see, 300 to 550 grams of waste is generated per day per person. And the factors influencing are, growing cities, income levels, lifestyle changes, and consumption patterns. So India's urban population, if you just see, it is by 2026, it is about 484 million, and urban rate can definitely has increased up to 36.1%. So what happens to the waste when this kind of rate is increased every year? So if you just see the waste that is being collected, if we assume up to 60 million tons per annum, if you just see, which is 25%, 25 million tons is only being treated, that is just 33%. And nearly 34.5 million tons, that is 44% of the total waste generated, is being dumped and disposed into landfills. So now this is the pressure that the land is facing, the pressure the present landfills are facing, and we are having huge mountains of landfills in almost every city. And with the current scenario, only 72% of the municipal waste is collected. And around 30 to 33% of the collected waste is processed and treated. And imagine what is happening to the rest of the waste. So it is getting into a very irresponsible, poor management, poor waste management that is being happening in India. So issues caused by poor waste management, if you just see, there are a lot many issues that even it is beyond a human's thought. In fact, this air definitely this leads to air pollution because it opens up burning of waste releases to various hazardous gases, and this causes smog and respiratory problems in the nearby areas, and also on long run to the total mesoclimatic condition, if you just see. And also water pollution, it leaches into the water, the various toxins and contaminants leaches into the surface water and then to the groundwater layers, and it also affects with increases the POD COD levels and heavy metals and pathogens, and total phosphorus also will increase in all the local water bodies and all. It also drains the waste that gets into the drains do block, and block drain blockage and flooding is seen, and at the same time landfill overload, which we just discussed, and greenhouse gas emissions will be increasing la- you know uh, at a rapid rate, because anaerobic decomposition of organic waste in landfills emits methane and carbon dioxide, contributing to a climate change. So at a meso and a macro climatic level, this is going to affect. And loss of resources. Definitely recyclable material like paper, plastic, metal and glass, when they are not recycled properly, and not organic materials, like when they are not organic materials which can be decomposed or not decomposed, which are not segregated at the source, these are going to end into the landfills, where a lot of resource mismanagement and resource loss is going to happen. And e-waste, which can be happily reused, when it is not done, these heavy metals definitely persist on a longer basis, and these toxic substances containing solid and water will be leaching into the soil layers and also the water layers. Construction and demolition waste definitely impact the urban areas at a larger rate, because unregulated dumping occupies land, blocks drains, and generates dust, because the particle matter that is going to settle in the air for a larger time, that in fact will also create respiratory issues on a longer run. And also other issues like public health risk, plastic and microplastic pollution, impact on animals and biodiversity, because when they feed on such kind of plastic waste, that's going to affect their digestive systems, and it creates tumors to them, and hazards to informal workers who works at a grassroots level, and also economic impact at a larger level, because a lot of cost will get into collection, transportation, remediation, and healthcare, where a loss of resource and reduced productivity. So this is the holistic picture of the poor waste management that one can see in India. Where the issue is, I don't say that the issue is not in government hands who are managing with the final end of the waste, but it is in the human's behavior. Everyone is responsible for the waste that they generated, be it be any forms of waste. So common human behaviors that create waste problems are buy more than needed, use and throw. People don't segregate the litter, and they don't care about the waste that they generated. So what happens when that is done? A lot of pollution, health risk, waterlogging and flooding, climate change at a larger level, and a loss of resources, hurting animals and nature, and high cleanup costs will definitely come up. And we can still work on this. It is not that we cannot work on this, we can still work on it by making sure that a check with the human behavior is done. And at a school level, this has to be taught. It's in the hands of the teachers, it's in the hands of the school management, who can actually incorporate, or make the students at a younger age be responsible for whatever they're being generated, or they're generating at a school level or at a personal level. So when we responsibly be dispose our waste or recycle the waste, that's how a cleaner, healthier, and a greener world can be created. So what you can do for all of that, you can refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and also responsibly dispose your waste. And when this practice is done for decades, I think that's where a lot of remedial scenario can be seen. So, how waste management? Today, we are going to see how waste management starts with us and what are the four simple actions that one can adapt. One can adapt reducing or use less, minimize waste at the source itself by reuse. That is, this extend the life of the products and materials, and by recycling, processing materials to create new products and also to recover, like convert waste into energy or resources. By following this 4R principle for waste management, one can easily do the waste management, and it doesn't start with a bin. A waste management doesn't start with a bin, it starts with us. So we'll look into the measures how it can be done. So coming to the organic waste, there are various ways of composting the organic waste. So one is something where you first segregate the waste properly. You can do it at a school level by incorporating a compost bin, or an aerated composting bins, or even a leaf composting, the mulch composting that we say. So the output that is coming from the garden from this waste can be used for school gardens and landscaping. And people, even the students, can learn from this kind of waste. The schools are actually creating sites for the students to understand how the waste generated can be safely used in a proper manner within the school itself. So basically, the schools have to collect the waste, they have to layer it up, they have to moisten up, decompose them, and compost, and the compost is ready. So this kind of practices by involving students in waste management, that too at an organic waste, can reduce a lot of waste getting into the landfills. And vermicomposting is another process here. Small vermicomposting beds are arranged where vermicomposting bins are kept, where or even a local eco club can demonstrate these vermicomposting process and all, and that the liquid that is generated from this vermicomposting can be used as a fertilizer within the school campus itself. So turning waste into a nutrient rich vermicomposting with the help of earthworms and microorganisms is a new way of learning how the students can use this process within the school to make sure that even their landscape thrives on a larger run. And even leaf composting, if you just see, there's a lot of open space that usually the schools have, and a lot of biodiversity that the school have, which generates the leaf and leaf litter and all. That such mulching, it can be composted through mulching or even leaf composting. So the fallen leaves has to be collected, should be layered, and the decomposition process has to be allowed. And in where you can add soil and some water, and this compost can be later on used for the landscape itself, or it can be simply added to the plants or trees. It is a low cost remedy. In fact, it's an eco friendly and sustainable method, and it also encourages student participation in such kind of practices. Another way to compose organic waste is by biogas and anaerobic digestion. Food waste that is collected when it is added to an anaerobic digestion bin, that's where it generates the biogas. It is which can be used for cooking and other energy sources, and it is also digested, and the digestate is byproduct and can be used in a amendment after treatment. So many schools and campuses at a larger end where the kitchen waste or even their landscape waste is collected is added to this kind of biogas and an anaerobic digestion bins, and the byproduct of the biogas is being used for their own kitchen. So it is like a circular economy that they're creating within their own school. And coming to another way is like, the schools can install to minimize the process. The school can also install an on-site OWC, that is organic composter, where the kitchen food waste can be collected, and it can be added into this particular bin, which shreds up these waste material, and under a controlled decomposition process, it generates the compost, and it can be reused for landscaping again. And inorganic. So this is about organic waste, and what we can do with the inorganic waste is segregation at the source is the first step that one can do. when a school can, incorporate these measures, these segregation bins separately for papers, plastics, metals, glass, and e-waste, and also hazardous sanitary waste that comes out from the sick rooms and all can be properly segregated. And when it is segregated, it is easy to send it to various recyclers for the recycling processes. And this has to be taught to the kids at a very basic level, at a very right from the start. And later on, this once it is segregated, it can be sent for recycling. It can be collected by various authorized recyclers in the locality, and new products can be made out of that. So these are some of the examples how it can be done. Paper can be recycled. Recycled paper can be made from the paper that you give, and many plastic products can be made from the recycled plastic. Metals can be made from the metals that the school generate, metal waste that the school generate, and also glass can be recycled. So apart from recycling and upcycling, apart from recycling, there's another way that is reusing and upcycling. So whatever paper, cardboard, bottles, containers, and old furnitures that are, salvaged within, that are generated within the school can be upcycled or can be reused. And various craft making activities for learning and all can be conducted within the school. And this can be a part of your green initiative as well, and it can be exhibited at various platforms where you can showcase your creations, and you can inspire other schools or other set of people as well. So paper waste is something which is generated in a school at a larger level. So how to handle this? So definitely first you have to reduce the usage of paper. You have to go more with the technology, and if even if you have used paper, it should be reused. How it can be reused? If you can reuse it properly in various ways, there are many ways to reuse, or you can shred it and you can also recycle it. So double-sided printing can be used, and it can be used for digital, and you can use digital notices and assignments. Reuse one-sided papers and install paper shredders at everywhere, wherever the paper waste is being generated. Paper collection boxes can be taken up, which makes the waste paper segregation easier, and it can be safely sent to the authorized recyclers where they can make other products from the collected waste paper. This gives a lot of impact, positive impact, because it reduces the paper consumption, and it secures paper disposal. And the recycled paper can also be used in various ways by the same organizations. And also, and about plastic waste, how a plastic can be safely managed. Plastic waste can be safely managed. First of all, we have to say no to single-use plastic and encourage students to use reusable bottles and lunch boxes, which can be used at a longer run, and segregate this paper waste, collect and send it to recyclable plastic, authorized vendors and authorized recyclers, and also conduct plastic-free campus campaigns. The schools can actually go with the no plastic events, or no plastic birthdays, or no plastic events within the school and all. Apart from that, you can also create awareness sessions to the students and also to the society. Bring your own challenge. You create your own challenge. You can clean up. You can also conduct cleanup drives, and you can conduct upcycling workshops, and also conduct competitions, and rewards can be given as a part of such kind of workshops as well. So in such way, you can definitely eradicate a lot of plastic waste. Coming to the e-waste, nowadays, since we are depending on technology, a lot of e-waste is equally being generated apart from the plastic waste. But one good news is that this e-waste can be, when properly collected, stored safely, and hand over to the proper recycler, right? This can be again reused, and the life of the e-waste that is being generated is for a longer run, and it can be happily reused. So a lot of waste that is being generated from computers, used keyboards and mouses, and also from the printers, cables, batteries, and all the electronic accessories, for that sake, in the school, can be sent to the handover to the proper recyclers, and it definitely a new product will be used from, can be generated from that. It reduces the pollution. It also conserves the natural resources. It also protects the environment as an overall, and it also promotes a responsible civil, citizenship to the students as well. And apart from that, a lot of donation drives, waste exchange drives can be done within the school and at a community level. Books, uniforms, furniture, sports equipment, stationery, and computers and other equipment where many of the campuses are actually adapting it can be followed. And this reduces a lot of recycling activity also, because it reduces the waste and sending to the landfill. It supports community in need, and it also saves resources and costs and promotes sharing and responsibility. So, what to do with the biomedical waste, which cannot be reused in most of the cases? From the first aid rooms, infirmaries, and also from the health centers, a lot of biomedical waste that gets generated, used cotton, bandages, blood-stained materials, mainly needles and glass items can be properly have to be safely, first of all, they have to be safely stored or segregated, safely segregated. A responsible segregation is required here. They should be stored safely and sent to authorized facilities, which can ensure collection by an authorized facilities. And first aid waste should be segregated at the source and kept separate from the regular waste, because there's a chance that it might even promote, spread diseases and all. And proper storage and handover to the authorized facilities ensures safe handling and promotes student staff and also protects student staff and also the environment. So the biomedical waste, again within this separate segregation can be done. Usually you see this in most of the hospitals. Yellow bin is for dressings, and red is for contaminated recyclable plastic items. White is for syringes, and blue is for contaminated glassware and all. So this kind of segregation demos can be given to the students as well to make them understand how biomedical waste can be safely collected, segregated, and properly hand over it to the authorized recyclers, or proper. And schools, since schools do have a lot of female students and female crowd as well, they should be the sanitary waste management also plays a major role within a school. So there can be many ways how you can handle this as well. You provide covered sanitary waste bins in the toilets to make sure that it doesn't spread the disease or spread the germs and all. Ensure discreet and hygiene collection is taught to the students as well. So girl childs have to be taught on this kind of proper hygiene disposal as well. Do not mix this recyclable waste to that of the sanitary waste, and you provide appropriate disposal of this kind of waste. You can also install incinerators within the toilet itself or in the nearby vicinity within the near to the toilets, so this can be properly decomposed. And coming to the construction waste, reuse of construction materials, if you just see a lot of waste like bricks, doors and windows, pavers, soils, and furniture waste do come from building industry as well. And definitely this can be salvaged and the material recovery can be done. This particular material can be sent to the authorized authorities, where they can reuse it and make new products from that. And there are other case studies which we would like to showcase. This is Akshar School in Assam, which is in this particular school is in Guwahati. It came up with an innovative waste management model where students pay their school fee by bringing back at least 25 pieces of cleared and sorted plastic waste every each week. So this is a kind of initiative that had come up, founded in 2016 by Parmita Sharma and Mazin. The school tackles local plastic burning and poverty simultaneously. So this is like one problem for two solutions that I come up with. And this is few photos that you can see how they tackle with the waste that has been sent for that has been used recycled within the school premises itself. It also promotes education with responsibility. the waste generated is converted into a resource within the school amenity, and it is also empowering students and also strengthening the local communities on safe disposable and safe reusing, and ultimately giving a cleaner environment and a better tomorrow. Another case study, the green school, it's in Bali, it's in Indonesia, where the inorganic organic waste and food waste is collected, and uh, caves, they basically, the food scraps feed campus pigs or go to the compost center, and garden clippings and leaf litter mixed with compost, and caves use banana leaves instead of paper plates, which decompose naturally. So they came up with a circular system, nothing wasted, everything is regenerated. So they create the compost, the human waste treatment, and all this is, sent to the recycling facility, and and it in fact is being used as a biofuel for the buses and all. So these are few of the images, and this gives the similar benefits as well. And waste management in one of the schools in Chandigarh, that is a government middle school in Burel in Chandigarh. So here students transform discarded materials such as PET bottles, old jeans, socks, and discarded toilet seats into an elements of the school garden itself. They also planted around 600 saplings, turning waste materials into a functional green space. And this is another example from Washington, USA, where they have conduct waste audit on regular basis. 93% of the cafeteria waste was recycled or is composted. The audit was then used to identify the actions for the students and staff, resulting in behavioral changes around waste management. Another example from GB Grassi Scientific High School, which is from Latina, Italy. Plastic waste is converted into a scientific product. So this is a particularly unique and an educational case. Six students worked with teacher on a project called from Sosarine to Filarine. So they use plastic sheets to construct saucer ball shaped structures and explored the mathematics and the geometry of six C60 structures and Fullerene. So the product, this is much innovative, in fact, that the project was subsequently presented in academic settings as well. So this is the way how you can handle waste at from the segregation level to that of the composting level. Uh, so now moving on to the IGBC Green School rating system that we are adding here is it's a rating system that has been exclusively designed for the schools all over India. This has been introduced in the year 2006, 2014. And first of all, we are talking a lot about greening the schools. Why greening the school is required, and what are green schools? So green school is the one which addresses the health and hygiene of children, conserves natural resources, uses less water, optimizes energy efficiency, and generates less waste, or compared to that of a conventional waste. Keeping this as a motto, as a mission, we have certified around 130 schools, more than 160 schools in fact in India, and 30 to 40 schools are already under the certification process with us. So why do we require this? What are the benefits of green schools? So definitely it improves the quality of life by making sure that proper daylight ventilation, hygiene is being maintained in the schools. Facilities like drinking water, healthy food, and hygiene toilets are maintained within the schools, and it also improves building performance. So when the measures that we had designed in our framework, when implemented in the schools, every school will see, such schools will definitely see energy savings from 30 to 50% and water savings from 20 to 30%. Apart from that, infrastructural facilities has been improvised, and also many facilities has been installed within the city, within the school as well. These are few of the schools, prominent schools, which were certified by us. And coming to the IGBC Green School rating system, again, a lot of prominent schools were certified by us, government schools, international schools, even model schools has been certified by us at a national level. This particular school rating system is both applicable for existing and new schools, existing schools which are already functioning, and new schools where the construction has been finished, and it is being open for the next academical year. So, as I told you, there are many benefits like the student performance and the building performance has been improvised after schools adopt this kind of implementations. Pedagogy with respect to eco-sensitivity in both is both a passion and science, and children get sensitized to environmental aspects. Coming to the community again, it helps to educate the community for a greater tomorrow and a responsibility towards environment. As I told you, that children learn to take responsibility at a very younger level, and that is how we are going to save a future for them. And the certification levels are from certified silver, gold, and platinum, where gold and platinum is the highest level of excellence that any school can achieve at a global and a national level. This is how the plaques or the badges that we give. And we achieved this kind of rating system by focusing on a holistic approach where we are addressing the major focus areas like site selection and planning of the school, sustainable water practices, conserving and harvesting energy, eco-friendly school material, indoor environmental quality, health and well-being, and green education. Now I would like to request Mr. Bipin Goswami, who is an ex-faculty from uh, Jivrajamuvada Primary School, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, who was a mentor for this particular school students where the school had won the IGBC Green New School program and stood as the top three winner in the top three winner category in the year 2026. He is a mentor who had guided the students in coming up with various ideas that they had presented as a part of their final jury. Now I would like to request Mr. Bipin Goswami to please go ahead and present present from your end. Mr. Bipin, you can share the screen from your end.
हाँ मैडम, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
आवाज आ रहा है, आप प्रेजेंट कर लीजिए।
मैडम, प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने आपको भेजा था मैडम, वो
आप शेयर कर सकते हैं आपके तरफ से, नहीं हो रहे तो हम करते हैं।
हाँ तो आप कर दीजिए, मेरे से नहीं हो पा रही।
हाँ, ठीक ठीक है जी, एक मिनट। Please give us a minute. We are opening the presentation. Yeah, full screen mode. Yeah, Bipin ji, you can present now.
Yes. Hello, good morning. I speak to Hindi, madam.
That's okay, sir. No problem.
Okay. मेरा नाम बिपिन गोस्वामी है, गुजरात से गांधीनगर से हूँ। तो मैंने प्रीवियस ईयर IGBC ग्रीन स्कूल का अवार्ड मुझे मिला है। तो मेरी स्कूल में जो जो एक्टिविटी चल रही है वो मैं आपको बताने के लिए जा रहा हूँ। ये मेरा जीवराज मुवाड़ा प्राइमरी स्कूल का एक लोकेशन है पहला। मैडम एक नेक्स्ट।
हाँ जी।
हाँ, our school located एक remote area, there is village on the banks of मेसो रिवर है, वहाँ पास में ही है। हमारे स्कूल में 85 बॉयज एंड 63 गर्ल्स पढ़ रही है और वहाँ 1200 ट्रीज लगे हुए हैं। ये पूरे नेक्स्ट मैडम, ये पूरे स्कूल का एक लोकेशन है कि स्कूल के आगे का बाग है, गार्डन है। पूरे एरिया को हमने ग्रीन एरिया में कन्वर्जन किया हुआ है। ये हमारी एक्टिविटीज है। बच्चों अपने एग्रीकल्चर में वर्मी कंपोस्ट टबलर बना हुआ है। अलग अलग जो वो है वेस्ट, उनको लिए टबलर बनाया हुआ है। और किचन गार्डन में बच्चों ने अपने खुद एमडीएम जो गुजरात में चल रहा है, मिड डे मील, उनको लिए बच्चे खुद अपना काम कर रहे हैं और अपने काम करके जो भी उपजता है उसके लिए वो मिड डे मील में यूज कर रहे हैं वो। नेक्स्ट मैडम, ये हमारी सारी स्कूल की एक्टिविटीज है कि हाइड्रोपोनिक सिस्टम लगा हुआ है। वेस्ट टायर होते हैं, तो वेस्ट टायर का भी हमने गार्डन में एक एरिया कवर करा हुआ है। एक बर्ड हाउस भी बच्चे बनाते हैं और वो बच्चों अपने आप में एक वर्मी कंपोस्ट का खड्डा तैयार करके उनके अंदर जो भी खाद मिला हुआ है, मिड डे मील में जो भी कचरा निकलता है उनमें से भी खाद तैयार कर रहे हैं खुद से अपनी। नेक्स्ट मैडम, ये हमारे स्कूल का एक वन कवच एक एरिया में तैयार किया हुआ है, प्लेग्राउंड एरिया है। और पीछे एक प्रकृति एक कुटीर एक बनाई हुई है कि जिसमें बच्चे अपने एनवायरमेंट में जाके वो बच्चे खुद पढ़ते हैं। उसमें क्लासरूम की कोई जरूरत नहीं होती है। नेक्स्ट मैडम, हमारे स्कूल को गुजरात के चीफ मिनिस्टर भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल ने अवार्ड दिया हुआ है और हमारे स्कूल को इको क्लब फ्लेयर अवार्ड, सारे अवार्ड हमारे स्कूल को क्लाइमेट चेंज जैसे अवार्ड गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ने दिए हुए है। जो हमने IGBC प्रीवियस ईयर 2025 में जो आइडिया रखे हुए थे, उसमें पहला आइडिया था कि होममेड जीवामृत फॉर ऑर्गेनिक सिस्टम, जिसमें बच्चे अपने आप में जो फॉरेस्ट सॉल है, वाटर है, काऊ का जो डंग है, सारे मिला के वो अपना जीवामृत हम स्कूल में बनाने वाले हैं। और जो जीवामृत बनेगा उनसे स्कूल में गार्डन में हम वैसे उपयोग करने वाले हैं और सारे बाहर से कोई भी फर्टिलाइजर लाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। ये हमारा पहला आइडिया है। और उसमें जो जो रुपए 980 रुपीज खर्च होने वाले हैं। ये हमारा दूसरा आइडिया है, पेपर रिसाइकलिंग अवर स्कूल। तो उसमें क्या करना है कि हमने अभी आपने आगे के मनीषा जी ने जो प्रेजेंटेशन किया उसमें सिंगल कागर के दो डबल साइज का पेपर है, उनका जो यूज हुए कागर है, तो जो कागर जो यूज होते हैं उनको हम फेंक देते हैं, उनको फेंकने नहीं चाहिए। उनको इकट्ठे करके पेपर रिसाइकल करके एक पेपर हम बनाने वाले हैं और वो पेपर बच्चों का काम करने वाला है, जिससे हम कागज की बचत भी होगी और उसका जो प्रदूषण है, पॉल्यूशन, वो भी कुछ नहीं होगा। तो हमारा दूसरा आइडिया है पेपर रिसाइकलिंग अवर स्कूल। उसमें कोई भी खर्च होने वाला नहीं है, जीरो बजट है वो हमारा। ये हमारा मड पेंटिंग ऑन वॉल मड फ्लोर है। तो हमारे गुजरात में क्या है कि दीवारों में जो गाय का गोबर और जो कफिल या भैंस का जो गोबर होता है, वो गोबर को मिट्टी में मिला के हम क्या करते हैं कि दीवारों ऊपर पेंट करते हैं। तो उससे क्या होता है कि जो अंदर की जो दीवारें होती है ये बिल्कुल गर्म नहीं होती है। और बाहर का टेम्परेचर और अंदर का टेम्परेचर दोनों को क्या होता है कि टेम्परेचर में डाउन 10 डिग्री जैसा टेम्परेचर डाउन हो जाता है। तो हम हमारी क्लासरूम में हमारे स्कूल के क्लासरूम में हम एक क्लासरूम में से बनाने वाले हैं कि जिसके बाहर की भीतर पूरा गोबर से एक मड प्लान करने वाले हैं हम, और उसका बजट भी लो कास्ट ही है। ये हमारा अर्थम पॉट एसी विथ होममेड वाटर पंप है। तो उसमें हम क्या करने हैं कि हमारे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में हम एसी लगा नहीं सकते, सरकारी गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में। तो हम अपने ये जो मटका होता है, तो मटका में हम काट कर उसके अंदर पंप लगा के अपने विंडो में ये लगा के स्कूल में ये होममेड वाटर पंप लगा के हम अपना एसी बनाने वाले हैं, जिससे बच्चों को और क्लास को और पूरे स्कूल में ये करके हम एसी की बिना जरूरत ये करने वाले हैं हम। उसका बजट 5000 है। यह पोर्टेबल बायोगैस प्लांट इन स्कूल है। तो उसमें क्या होता है कि हमारे स्कूल में 45 स्क्वायर फुट मीटर, 4,500 स्क्वायर मीटर पूरा एरिया है स्कूल का, और 1200 ट्रीज है। तो उसमें जो कचरा निकलता है वो कचरे इकट्ठा करके हम बायोगैस प्लांट बनाने वाले हो, और बायोगैस प्लांट में से जो मीथेन वायु निकलेगा वो मिड डे मील में हम यूज करके जो भी मिड डे मील में बनता है वो हम अपने स्कूल के बायोगैस का उपयोग को यूज करके हम बच्चों को मिड डे मील में बनाने वाले हैं, जिससे क्या होता है कि एलपीजी की जो पूरी जो खर्च होती है वे बिल्कुल खर्च नहीं होगी हमारे स्कूल में। ये हमारा स्कूल में ये आइडिया चल ही रहा है, प्लास्टिक फ्री स्कूल एंड प्लास्टिक फ्री विलेज। तो बच्चों क्या करता है कि अपने घर के आसपास जो भी 50 फुट के अंदर जो भी प्लास्टिक मिलता है तो वो बोतल में इकट्ठा करके लाते हैं, और हम वो बोतल को इकट्ठा करके 1000 जितनी बोतल इकट्ठा हो जाती है तब हम उसको रियूज करने के लिए हमारे पास के गांधीनगर जो कैपिटल है, गांधीनगर कैपिटल, उसमें हम बेच देते हैं। तो वहां से वो हमको पोट या बेंचिस जैसी प्लास्टिक में से बनी हुई चीज हमको वो स्कूल में गिफ्ट करता है। इससे क्या होता है, गांव और स्कूल में प्लास्टिक बिल्कुल नैबत हो जाता है, बिल्कुल कोई उपयोग यूज नहीं करेगा, और बच्चों भी अवेयरनेस आएगी और गांव में भी अवेयरनेस आएगी। उसका कॉस्ट बिल्कुल, बजट बिल्कुल जीरो है। ये है मेरा स्मार्ट एनर्जी ऑडिट है जो बच्चों खुद चलाते हैं। तो बच्चे क्या करते हैं कि स्कूल के हम कोई घर में कोई एनर्जी करने जाते हैं, तो एनर्जी ऑडिट में क्या होता है कि बच्चे अपने खुद को स्मार्ट एनर्जी करते हैं, फिर वाटर एनर्जी करते हैं। तो पहले जाएंगे और मीटर में चेक करेंगे कि भाई इतना कितना रीडिंग है, फिर बाद में उसको समझाएंगे कि भाई इतना आपका यूनिट है, बस 200 यूनिट आपका यूज हुआ है। आप घर में ऐसा करो, फैन भी है, फैन को बंद कर दो, टीवी का रिमोट से नहीं स्विच से बंद कर दो, ऐसा समझाएंगे। और दूर 1 महीने बाद फिर जाएंगे और देखेंगे कि भाई जो 2 महीने के बाद 200 यूनिट यूज हुआ था, तो 2 महीने के बाद अब कितना यूज हुआ। तो ऐसे एनर्जी ऑडिट को हम करके वो भी बिजली में, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में कम करने की हमारी एक हमने पहल की हुई है। ये हमारा ग्रे वाटर ड्रिप इरिगेशन गार्डन है। तो बच्चे जो अपने वाटर स्टैंड में मिड डे मील में जो कि भी जो उपयोग यूज करते हैं, तो इसमें क्या होता है कि जो भी पानी वेस्ट निकलता है तो पानी वेस्ट में से हम एक टैंक बनाएंगे, टैंक में पानी इकट्ठा करेंगे, और उसमें से जो भी कुछ जाएगा पानी तो उसमें सोलर वाटर पंप लगा के वो पानी को हम रीयूज करके गार्डन में जाएंगे, जिससे पानी की खपत भी नहीं होगी, और जो भी पानी हमारे स्कूल का पानी है तो हमारे स्कूल का पानी हमारे गार्डन में यूज होगा। सोलर वाटर पंप है, तो हमारे गार्डन में अभी एक बोर लगा हुआ है, बोरवेल लगा हुआ है। तो हम हमारे तो वहां एक सोलर वाटर पंप लगाने वाले हैं, जिससे क्या होगा कि वहां जो गवर्नमेंट की जो बिजली हमारे हमारे पास 10,000 जितना बिल आता है, तो वाटर पंप लगाने के कारण हम पानी के एक टैंक में इकट्ठा कर देंगे, और सोलर वाटर पंप से वो पानी है हमारे गार्डन में बच्चों को पानी पीने के लिए और मिड डे मील में जो यूज होता है वो सोलर वाटर पंप का यूज करके हम वहां ले जाएंगे। इसके बजट है 8,400। ये है कॉर्नर ऑफ क्लोज क्रिएट फॉर टेक वेट यू नीड, गिव व्हाट यू कैन। तो इसमें क्या होता है कि गांव के लोग, हम बाहर एक गांव स्कूल के बाहर एक बॉक्स बनाने वाले हैं कि जो भी गांव में जो भी लोग है वहां से जाते कुछ निकलते हैं, तो अपने वहां जो बिन यूज वाले अनयूज वाली जो वस्तु वो चीजें होती हैं तो वो क्या करेंगे, इसमें रख देंगे। और जिसको भी जरूरत होगी, स्कूल में जरूरत होगी, गांव में जरूरत होगी, विलेज में, तो सारे वहां से ले जाएंगे। तो इससे क्या होगा कि जो भी चीजें हैं वो फेंकने से बेहतर है कि वो किसी के काम आए। तो हमारी पहल है कि जो भी चीजें हैं वो रीयूज करके सारी इसको यूज किया जाए। ये हमारा बायोडेटा बुक है कि जहाँ जो अभी सब पूरे वर्ल्ड में जो ट्रीज है, जो अभी हमको देख नहीं रहे हैं, खेर है, अनकोल है, दावड़ी है, कलियो है, तो पूरे वृक्ष हम हमारे स्कूल में हमने किए हैं। जिससे क्या होगा कि आने वाली पीढ़ी जो अमुक जो ट्री है वो नहीं देख पाएगी, तो वो देख के वो ये पेड़ को देख के उसको भी मालूम होगा कि ऐसे पेड़ होते हैं। और हमारा पूरा स्कूल का एरिया है, तो हमको वहां ऐसे ट्री लगा के हम पूरे ट्री को बचाने की प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं। ये हमारा आइडिया इम्प्लीमेंट लेआउट है कि जो भी हमारे 10 आइडिया थे वो हम हमारी स्कूल में कहाँ कहाँ लगाएंगे उसका लेआउट है। और हमारा जो ओवरऑल बजट है, तो ओवरऑल बजट है 2,64,980। तो पूरे 10 आइडिया का इतना हमारा बजट हुआ है। लेकिन हम आईजीबीसी का आभार मानते हैं कि उन्होंने हमको आईजीबीसी के विनर में 3 लाख रुपया हमको पुरस्कार दिया हुआ है। और मैं अपनी स्कूल की तरफ से और हमारे बच्चों की तरफ से आईजीबीसी का पूरे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूँ।
Thank you so much, Mr. Bipin, for the presentation that has been shared by you, and your thoughts, your ideas, and the methodology that you had followed will definitely inspire all the webinar participants to frame up how they can work for the presentation towards the program and all. Thank you so much, Mr. Bipin.
थैंक यू।
Yeah.
Manisha ma'am, I have one question.
So
Hello.
today from United Way, Delhi, we don't have the main participant because the participant is on a medical leave, where I would like to present on behalf of them. Most of the topics are already covered. I would like to now give you an idea on how the program has been designed and all. As I told you, the program is basically to as it's the main vision of the program is to enable majority of the schools in India to convert into green schools by 2026 through the program IGBC Green New School Program 2026, which had come up with the with the support of Carrier, and it is also supported by Carrier in association with United Way of Delhi, the NGO, and it is applicable for all the schools. Where a team of 7 to 9, where three students and one teacher should form a team where students from 7 to 9 standards are can participate in this particular program. And the website. There's a website called IGBC Green New School Program website, where you can register the project, where you can register your particular school in in this particular program. And upon registering, you can log in anytime, and you can submit your presentation by October 15th. October 15th is the end cutoff date that we had given. And this is the link, greenyourschool.in. And coming to the methodology, if you just see, um, the schools have to register and then submit their ideas, 5 ideas on the theme that has been given this time. And schools should present the submissions. They have to submit the PPTs, which will be shortlisted through a pre-jury team, and we will call the top 8 finalists, where the top 5 finalists will be, will have to present their presentations in the final jury, which will be conducted as a part of as a part of Green Building Congress, which is going to happen in Mumbai this year. And the complete cost for this, for the top 5 schools to come and present, will be paid by IGBC as a part of the program. And later on, the award will be distributed for the top 3 winners upon the final jury. So if you just see, 3 students and 1 teacher from each school shall form a team. 5 sustainable ideas have to be given as per the theme, and where the budget also has to be properly maintained, and all the evaluation criteria do involve practical. We evaluate based on various criteria like practicality in implementation, sustainable ideas, health and well-being ideas, innovative ideas that you give as a part of the theme, and what benefit it can do to the school and also to the society, and how much of education and awareness it can create. through this particular ideas that you're coming up with, these five ideas that you're coming up with. So definitely the weightage distribution for the benefits is 25%, and benefits to the school and the society is 25%, and the sustainable ideas for the health and well-being and waste and water innovative ideas will be up to 75%. So awards, and coming to the awards and accolades, if you just see, the first winner will be given a grant of 3 lakhs, trophy and certificate. Second winner, 2.25 lakhs, trophy and certificate. Third winner, 2.5 lakhs and a trophy and certificate. Fourth and fifth winner will be given a grant amount of 2.25 lakhs with a trophy and a certificate. And where the sixth, seventh, and the eighth winners will be given a grant amount of 2 lakhs 2 lakhs and a certificate. So the amount that is being given as a part of this program should be used for all the five ideas that you had given presented as a part of this particular program. So it should be used against the usage of implementation of the ideas. So some of the ideas, if you just see, these are the few of the ideas that the schools had come from the last 10 years, from the last 20 years. So there are many benefits in return. It reduces the environmental impact, low operation cost, and improved health and well-being. Question and answers will be taken at the end, please. And some ideas can also revolve around these kind of thoughts and all. So So as shown on the screen, the theme for this particular this year 2026 is Think Green with 3W, water, waste and well-being. So in the webinar one, we had covered the topic on water, and webinar two, we covered the topic on waste. And the next webinar is tentatively going to be on third, where we'll cover the the webinar topic on well-being. How can you develop sustainable well-being in the schools? So this is the QR code that you can register for the program. The registration deadline is 15 September, and project submission, that is the PPT submission, is on 15th October. And the QR code is mentioned here, and you can contact any of us. Mainly Sri Sandhya and Malvika are the ones who are coordinating with various schools. 4 online webinars we have planned for this year. Starting from 27 July already we have started, and 2 more webinars are still on the way. And this is the flyer that we had generated, published across, promoted across various schools. You can definitely register using this particular QR code that is being present on the screen. Yeah. Thank you so much for all the webinar participants. Now the floor is open for questions, and we'll also see what are all the questions that are there as a part of the chat box. Yeah, you can please unmute yourself and ask the questions, please.
Good morning. Jai Jagannath. I am from Odisha. I'm Tara Prasadhal. I'm an architect, and I'm a green
Mr.
practitioner also.
Taradal, you have to please unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Oh, dear, unmute it.
We cannot hear you. Hello.
I've already unmuted.
Meanwhile, I would like to mention that our team had already posted the YouTube link of the webinar 1 on water stewardship, transforming schools through sustainable water practices in the chat box. Those who couldn't attend the webinar 1 or miss the webinar 1 can use this link to go through the YouTube, webinar 1 discussion as well. And shortly we will share the YouTube link of webinar 2 as well. Thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now, please.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Taradhal Jai Jagannath. I'm from Odisha. I'm a green building practitioner. I'm an architect. And I have a good proposal from my side I am also the Vice Chairman of International Council of Consultant Odisha chapter. And
Okay, sir.
we are going to take the safety audit of the schools in Odisha. So
Okay.
we are to include the greening of the schools also. So safe schools and green schools, we have to take it together.
Okay, sir.
So within the safety audit of the buildings, we have already tied up with the Safety Council of India, and we want
Okay.
to take up IGBC also along with us. So who will be contacted?
Sure.
The right person. Who will be the right
Sir,
person to contact?
I'm the one who is leading this particular portfolio. Mainly me and Malavika are working for this green school rating system. What you can
Right.
do is, sir, please drop your email ID. We'll converse on this on a formal email. We'll have a separate meeting on that, and we can see how we can take this initiative further by greening
Right.
schools and
So
all.
this
We can connect offline.
the Gujarat model, whatever the concerned gentleman has already presented, is a very interesting, very useful. This can be eye opener. So such type of case studies, what if you have got separate case studies, IGBC has already documented the case studies. So kindly send it to us in a YouTube or in a PDF, whatever, so we can those presentations we have to show it to our authorities over here to
Sure,
see
sir. What?
how
Yeah.
Gujarat has done it, how other states have done it, why not Odisha? So that way it will be a very useful thing. It is a very nice presentation. I saw it. So this is a very good thing. And I think that is for government school.
Yes, it's a government
The-
school. Like that, we have
that is for
inspired
a that is for
many
a
schools all over
that is
India,
for
many
a
government
government
schools all
school.
over India.
They have done a
Yeah,
lot of things. They have done a lot of things. So,
yeah.
what the authority needs to do, because in Odisha, the situation and the mechanism framework is different from that of Gujarat. So, we
Okay,
have got school and mass education department, and separately we want to take up this topic along with the Gujarat counterpart. Your
definitely,
if
sir.
the Gujarat counterpart, along with you, Gujarat counterpart and us together, we want to do something new for Odisha.
Definitely,
We are very
definitely,
much
sir.
impressed with the work they have already done in Gujarat.
Yeah,
So, in that way, what the mechanism, departmental mechanism of Gujarat has taken up, and what is the departmental mechanism we can include over here? We have in school and mass education department over here, we have got about 6 to 7 directorates. So, Directorate of Elementary Education, then secondary education, then the Adarsh Vidyalaya, like say public schools. So many directorates are there, and all are being
definitely, sir.
reported through the district education officers of every district. So,
Definitely, definitely.
so if the Gujarat mechanism will be utilized in Odisha, so what extra financial fiscal load will be there on
Sir,
the department? Or
sir,
or any
sorry. Hello. Yes, sir.
yes,
Sorry to
yes.
stop you. The thing is that we can have a separate conversation on this, as this particular program webinar is majorly focusing on the IGBC Green Your School program question and answers. So we let us open the floor for this. We will separately connect to you offline, and we'll definitely guide you in this process. We'll definitely help you out to green up the schools in Orissa. Definitely for sure. Please share your email ID on chat box. We will connect you today itself.
Good afternoon,
Hello.
ma'am. Can you hear us? Is it audible?
Yeah, I
Hello?
request, in case if any doubts are there, I request the participants to please unmute yourself and ask the
So,
questions as the webinar is going to end.
ma'am, I have one doubt if you
Yeah,
can hear us. There's
there's
one
one question
important.
in the chat box.
I don't think she can hear us. Hello?
Good. So our
Good
school
afternoon.
is a green school already by CSE. Green school program. So yes, you can also participate as a part of this program. We are attending from school if we can be to the point. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, so you also can participate in the school in this particular program. So if
Hi, good
no questions
afternoon,
are
ma'am.
there, we can end the webinar, and we'll send a YouTube link of this particular webinar to all the participants.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes,
We
yes,
have
ma'am.
a
You
doubt.
can ask the question, please. You can unmute
Yeah,
yourself and ask.
thanks so
And in
much.
case if you're not able to unmute, you can type it in the chat box.
See, ma'am, if I'm audible, please, are you listening?
Hello? Hello, are we audible?
Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, ma'am, we have already unmuted us.
We are not able to hear her somehow.
Okay, ma'am, just type in. If we are audible, we are not able to register ourselves for because it is showing.
Maybe there might be an issue from our end. Can you please type it quickly on the chat box?
Okay, yeah, sure. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Is there any limitations for area where we have to design all activities? No, there's no area limitation. You can definitely, come up with more innovative measures. There's no issues on the areas. So it's a one project, three students have to work on. Yes, each school should come up with one team, and that team consists of three students plus one teacher as a mentor. So those three students should be from the standards of 7th, 8th, and 9th standard. So per school, only one team has to participate. So any chain of school can participate, and even in chain of schools, from each school branch, one team has to participate. Fine, and I don't think so more questions are going to come up. And even if you have more questions, you can write to us. As the flyer, we have already shared Sandhya's and Malvika's email IDs. You can write to us and we'll definitely answer to you. Do all the three students have to work on one project? Yes, they have to come up with one project, one PPT with 5 ideas revolving around the theme 3W.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. I have one question
We're
actually.
not able to register for IGBC. We try to register. It shows a pop-up that the number already exists. In case earlier, if you have already registered, you don't have to re-register. You just have to, continue with the same this thing. So 5 innovative ideas for water wellness and waste management. Exactly. PBT has to be submitted before October 15th. The end date is October 15th. Please submit in the portal itself. Once you register, there is a access to the portal as well. You can access the portal and you can register. Please share contact number of Gujarat counterpart. Sir, we will discuss in detail. This is not related to the program. We'll discuss in detail. You gave us your email ID. We'll get back to you. Is it important to apply it in school or only purpose? You don't have to apply the implementations yet. You just have to come up with a presentation, and that presentation has to be given to us. We'll evaluate it. We'll, in case if your school falls in the category of top 8 schools, we'll get back to you. And upon all the juries and pre-juries and juries done, then finally we'll get back to you with the further process. Considering the differences in the issues faced by urban and rural areas, how will evaluations takes place? Sir, here we are not seeing whether the school is placed in evaluation, urban or rural areas. Any school can come up with any ideas that can definitely support the environment. Can we change one member from the team? Yes, you can definitely change. Can we have registered, but this was last year. Also, we can submit 2 projects. No, you cannot submit 2 projects. You have to submit only one project with one team from one school. How can we know the registration is completed from us? You will get an automated message with the presentation template sent to you, on which you have to work and submit back to us. Submit it in the portal. I have scanned the QR code, but it is showing deactivated. No, the QR code is not deactivated, it is active enough. But in case if you are not finding, you can search through IGBC Green New School program, direct web login only. Any counted slides? You see, we didn't read, the project, the submission presentation can be from 15 to maximum 15 slides. Ma'am, the PPT which we share, is there photos should be a model of the project or only plan details? You can come up with some models. You can sum up with some models. You can give some ideas. Generative message images can be used. Ma'am, if we have registered last year but cannot remember the credentials, what should we do? You can write to us. Maybe we can ask the portal team to work on it and give you the idea. Or you can re-register again in case if you forgot the registration details, you can re-register again. Mail ID to write back. Our team will send you the mail IDs. Please write it on the. You can write it to either Malvika or Sri Sandhya.
Good afternoon, ma'am. One doubt only. Hello.
Mhm.
Hello.
Also, is there any specific format for the PPT? Once you register, right, an automated email will be sent to you. You can, which has the presentation template. You can use the same template and modify it according to your design. Costing is something which we are looking at. So in case if you're coming up with 5 ideas, all those 5 ideas, you have to come up with the costing as well, and it should be economically viable as well. So we have posted the link for registration in the chat box by Malvika. So you can please access the the portal link using this portal by using this link. Miss Humira Rashid, we have lost our credentials and we tried to contact your team, but we did not get any response in return. So we are sorry for that, but can you please reshare the email to in either of us? We will immediately get back to you. Can you please share the first video link to us? Yes, Mr. Raju Nadar, it has been already posted in the chat. You can please go through that. First, the webinar one link has been shared, the YouTube link has been shared. We'll shortly share the YouTube link of this particular webinar as well in the chat box. Give us a week's time, we'll definitely share. So thank you so much. In case if you have more question and answers, you can please write to us. We'll answer you. And we wanted to encourage. We definitely we are looking for more registrations from from all the schools that had attended the webinar today. And thank you so much. We are very much happy to help you anytime. Thank you so much for all the participants for joining. We'll also share you the details of the webinar 3 once it is ready to all the participants. Please do attend that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your guidance.